Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Love Wire podcast. I'm your co-host, Shanese and
Matt.
And we back again. Episode 11.
Is it 11?
Yeah. Is it not?
I'm not sure.
Now we got to check to make sure this is episode 11. Yeah, because last week was
It's episode 12.
Oh my gosh, episode 12.
Yeah, we on 12.
I'm slacking. Well, there has been a lot going on.
Yeah. We're going to get right to it.
Yeah, we are. Why not?
But I do have a Love Jones segment, though.
Okay. What's the Love Jones segment?
All right, so... Well, first, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I decided to get dressed, to make myself feel better.
Okay.
Not that I was feeling any type of way before.
Were you not feeling good?
No, I just feel like I'm always, pampering everyone else that I, need to take the time to pamper myself. So I was like, let me get dressed. I'm going to go get my nails done.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so.
That makes sense.
Got my nails done?
She didn't ask me if I wanted my nails done.
I'm sorry. We could have got pedicures.
I know.
I mean, I still need one, though. I didn't get my feet done.
My toes are a little... They ain't bad, but I had chipped my toenail.
Oh, you all the way chipped it.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing good, though.
You didn't even give me a chance to ask. Did I ask you?
Oh, my bad.
How are you doing?
I just figured that was just a natural progression.
I know. I was going to ask you that, but you just kind of
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't got no makeup on, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we definitely gonna start with the Love Jones. And the quote is, before you marry someone, you need to see them in all 5 seasons. When they're happy, mad, stable, broke, and been hurt. So before you marry someone, you need to see them in all 5 seasons. When they're happy, mad, stable, broke, and been hurt. How you feel about that?
I think it's true because it gives you a true representation of who that person is to make sure that you like and love all of it, all of that person. That you accept them for all of their flaws, for their good, their bad moments, etc. Because I feel like some people think that it's always happy. And you can, especially when it comes to social media, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You
want to know the real person.
And I think we said that multiple times on this podcast. I think there was one podcast where I was talking about how I hate the honeymoon phase. And this is one of those reasons. Because, you don't really know the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't. Because they paint a picture of what they want you to see and not really who they are.
Yeah. And I don't even think some people paint pictures. I just think that you just be so infatuated with just...
Oh, you're perfect.
Yeah, how somebody, you might just be physically attracted to them, or you just might like a certain aspect of them, but, you haven't seen them in full spectrum. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It can be a bit misleading. But this is a perfect example of why I don't really care for the honeymoon phase. And I can't tell you how many people that I've seen, post their boo for the month or whatever, and then a year later, there was someone else, or they're single, or they've been through 2-3 relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to each his own, find yourself, I guess.
Whatever works.
And so it certainly has been a lot that has went on since we last did the podcast. And I just want to briefly touch on some of it. You know what I mean? Obviously, the meat and potatoes is the whole Derrick Jaxn thing.
Oh, Lord.
But since we recorded, the Meghan Markle thing happened.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The Meghan Markle thing happened.
Yeah.
And...
Even though you watched it without me when it was my idea to watch it and to do it. But that's besides the point.
The interview?
Yeah.
I mean, the interview wasn't surprising. I mean, it was, how much do you expect from I know they're the royal family, but it's a white family. And here we go, a black girl in the white family who's been traditionally racist and traditionally...
I mean, you can't
bigots.
just talk about it being just a white family, though. It's more to that. It's being it's royal and white family, but not all white families will be like that, though, either.
No, they won't. But that particular family...
Yeah, that's true. Because
that particular family
the history
has a history of being...
Because you're at that point, you're changing the history, though. And that can be hard to accept. Exactly. Which is why she is where she is.
She tried. And, there was a couple, I think her name is Bethany Frankel or something like that. She came out, and before the interview came out, she talked about how basically saying that why should we care about Meghan Markle like her troubles during that time when she was like in a palace, living in a palace, and was married to the prince and all that.
It doesn't like. I think people get confused about the ideal, like the idea of things.
Yeah, but then she had backed up on that statement when she found out that Meghan Markle started talking about racism and how she was treated there and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I would say that's real ignorant for her to say, because you can have. Okay, this is where it gets so like mixed up and confusing, because I feel like people think that because you have a lot of money and you have all these things that it makes you happy, and that's not true.
I mean, yeah, that's true too. And then I just think that because I think this kind of started recently with like all the things that were happening during last summer with like the George Floyd things and things like that. And there's been a lot of things that have happened in between there. But I think black people as a collective have gotten to the point where it's like we're not accepting ignorance as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, like even like Sharon Osbourne, like a lot of people are using ignorance as an excuse. To dismiss it.
Yeah.
Like just because your perspective is different doesn't mean that. Because I know for me, and I say like a lot of black people probably felt this way when Harry and Meghan decided to leave, the royal palace. I think we all kind of just, at least in the back of my mind, I was thinking like it's probably some race stuff. They probably didn't accept her because she was black.
Yeah.
And she's not even like, and not to like do colorism or anything, but like as far as like black people go, you know what I'm saying? Like you would think that because of her complexion and because of how she presents herself, she would be accepted by the whites, by the racist whites. I guess I should specify.
Racist royals.
They're royals, they're racist, and they're white.
Okay.
What, what? Why you keep trying to correct me? What am I doing wrong?
No, I'm not saying, I'm just saying because I don't want, like, I mean, I guess I'm just saying, like, it's, oh, never mind, don't matter.
To all the white people that we consider brothers and sisters, this is not about you. Is that the disclaimer you want to put out?
I mean, I guess you can say that too, but no, whatever.
There's racist white people out there. I mean,
it is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, it's just like ignorance is no longer an excuse. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Yeah. It's no longer, because like my biggest thing was like the whole, like, forget the Piers Morgan thing. Like, he got some personal thing going on, but Bethany Frankel, her excuse was like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be a race thing.
Yeah.
But like, you have to kind of consider that when you're talking about black people, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? It's just the times we in.
Share what happened first, because for people that don't know.
So, I guess Kirk Franklin has been going through a bunch of things with his son. His son is like 33, I think. Been going through things with his son for years. He talked about how they were in therapy and things like that. And then his son recorded an argument they were having. And Kirk Franklin basically was cussing him out. You know what I mean? Basically
using cuss words, Yeah.
And, I guess people are up in arms because Kirk Franklin is this gospel singer, and, I guess they hold him to a standard where he can't use that type of language.
That he's not human, basically.
Right. As far as like how I feel about it, man, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because it shows that he's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, everybody has a switch, like if you push them enough, like, it would be ignorant for you to think that because someone is holy that they're not going to use or have not ever used a curse word or whatever in their lives, or still do when something happens. They can probably break it down and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, just something as simple as that. Yeah.
And I think that's why, like people that were trying to, like, cancel Kirk Franklin, like, them are the type of, like, church-going folks that, like, stir people away from going to church. Because it's like, you so strict about what's going on when you sinning too, probably. You know what I mean? And for me, I like that. I like to see the human in people, even if you are, like, walking in, you know what I mean, faith, and like you try your hardest not to present that, you know what I'm saying, like present those depictions of you using curse words and things like that. But I like seeing the human aspect of people. So for me, I will follow Kirk Franklin even more because of that, because it's like, now he makes mistakes like I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
because he's human.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's pure ignorance when people,
and I don't even want to say that's a mistake. It's not a mistake. Like, he's a parent. His son was disrespecting him, and
he snapped, and he wanted to tear that up.
Right, and his son is an adult. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like he was talking to a 6-year-old kid. He's talking to a 33-year-old man who we don't even know what prompted that. We don't know what triggered that boy pushed.
Or the history behind all of it.
Right, like, so it was the best thing I ever seen. I found it hilarious. I found it completely hilarious because, like, yeah, like, cuss him out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if he disrespecting you and that's your son, you the parent, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and we talking about 2 men at the end of the day.
Yep.
So, you know, I'm trying to think, was there anything in between that? There was Meghan Markle, there was Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin and his son.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was...
I think you said you wanted to talk about your significant other having friends of the same sex.
Oh, yeah, like, would you approve of that? I gotta hear this one.
It's tricky for me. When I was younger, no, completely no. Yeah. For me, it has more to do with, do I know this person? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just really depends. It has to be like a very specific type of thing. Like,
a certain scenario.
Yeah, like random friends, no. Like, friends that I don't know of the same sex, no. I mean, of different sex, no.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is where it gets tricky because if I met a friend, right, a guy friend, and they like the same sex, you would be 100% fine with it. Yes. See? But if it's a male friend, you will not be 100% okay with that.
A single male friend, no. It depends. It depends.
Oh, if it's a single male friend. Yeah, that's true. It
depends if and even if they're married or in a relationship, whatever, like, do I know them? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes all the difference.
So would you be okay with, like, if it's me, would you be okay with me being friends with a guy friend?
My stomach's if I know them, right here. If I know them, that's fine. As long as y'all ain't spending, like, alone time together, stuff like that. Like, I don't really care. That's weird.
That's weird to me. So I'm going to answer the question because just in case you guys are wondering, like, for me, like, I don't know, like, I don't think, like, okay, so if it's, how can I answer this question? So if it's a guy and, like, they're in a relationship and I'm friends with his girlfriend or his wife too, then I'll be okay with it. But for me to just be friends with a guy that, like, a guy, like, now, like, it's different if it was, like, growing up. Like, if we were growing up together and that's, like, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, like, for me now, like...
But, I'll go ahead and finish.
For me now, like, if I met a guy and he's single and that, like, I would still be, like, I'm going to be cool with you, but I'm not going to be hanging out with you and doing all that extra stuff. Because then it's just, like, are you trying to be my friend or what else are you trying to do? But if it's like, oh, I got a girlfriend, like, you know, this is like, you know, because I feel like, I don't know, like, I've never met a dude that has, like, tried to be my friend that was not single and, like, they cross boundaries that they don't need to be crossing with me. Yeah. So for me, naturally, I just be like, nah. But if it's a guy friend, and, like, I had a guy friend that would, like, invite his his girlfriend, you know, out to lunch and stuff like that. I feel like that's appropriate. Then that's different.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like for me, like, there's Iris. You know what I mean?
Morgan.
Yeah, blah, blah, Morgan. Blah. There's Jaya. You feel what I'm saying? But you know those people though. Like, those are people that you know.
Well, honestly, I don't know Jaya like that, but like it's just a feeling. It's a feeling that we know.
Jay I knew for a long time, but Iris and Morgan I have not. I have not known them for a long amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So they're technically new. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, for you, you know, you've known Jaya for a long time, but I didn't really, like, I've heard of her, but I've never met her. But at the same time, for me, it's just a vibe. For me, it's all about the vibe and the energy, you know? So, like, if the energy and the vibe is good, I'm good. Like, I don't really care about that. I don't even care if you have, like, girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. When I was younger, it was completely no. It was a solid, complete
with me having guy friends?
Yeah. When I was younger, it was no. Like, I went as far as to ask her to delete people off her Facebook. Like, that's how real it was for me.
Yeah, he was tripping. I was like, get your life.
Like, that's how real it was for me.
Bye.
But now it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Because when you get older, you get more mature, it's more of a trust thing. Like,
yeah, and you know how I am, though, too. Like, you know me.
Yeah.
Which I think that helps.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a little different. It's a little different. But it definitely depends. Like, right now, it still depends. Like, it depends on the scenario.
You know,
like,
when I was younger, I don't think I wanted you to have girlfriends either, though. I don't think. Oh, yeah, because I was like, because that one incident, I was like, no, because she could be my friend, too. And she really was calling me. And I was like, oh, shoot, like, this is for real.
No,
and then that's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay, well.
She bullied her. I don't care what nobody say. That was a bully moment.
I am not a bully. I didn't bully her.
You bullied her because we were talking. But you bullied her because...
I did not bully her. I did not. And I actually gave her advice.
Okay.
Okay. We were cool.
Okay.
He's a hater. Always. Every podcast, he's always hating on me, y'all. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I'll be speaking facts. This is what it be.
How can me, how can I bully somebody?
Because you was checking the temperature because you knew that.
Oh, I was definitely checking.
You had a feeling that we were talking, and you just wanted to see if she was willing to disrespect you in a way. To see if you had taken it.
That's not bullying, though.
Yes, it is.
That's not. And no, because I think y'all like talked. I knew that y'all talked before. And you told me that was your friend. Yeah, so because you told me that was your friend, and because y'all had a history of talking, yes, I'm adding myself in between there. We can all be friends, all three of us. Why not?
Right.
Okay, yes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think she was looking for. I don't think she was looking for a mentor.
Am I wrong?
She wasn't looking for a mentor.
It doesn't matter. She was looking for a mentor. She was looking for another friend.
She was scared.
Why was she? No, she was not. Because I don't give off those vibes, babe. Do you really think I give off those vibes?
Then yes. Then did Shanice? To all the people that know Shanice, did Shanice give off the vibes of "I'll beat your ass"? Back then, yes.
No,
yes. I always tell people that just as kind and nice as Shanice is just as she can flip that switch and it'll be a completely different person.
I'm not like that. Don't let him fool you.
Between the two of us, who has the worst attitude?
You.
No.
I disagree with that. I got better over the years. I used to have the worst attitude, but not anymore. I think that your attitude is way worse than mine now.
I think that my displeasure shows more. But when that flip switch in you
when was the last time I flipped the switch? Not in a very long time.
When the girl beat you out of that money.
Not really. Not even then. Not even then, honestly.
If that girl was in front of you.
Honestly, if she was in front of me, I would just be calm.
You lying.
So let me tell you the scenario, right, y'all? So I did a service, and this girl disputed.
This was 3 weeks ago. This wasn't years ago.
This girl disputed. She disputed the service as if as if she didn't get the service done. Like she basically had lied to the bank. Small story short, I started to report it and blew all this stuff, but then I was just like, whatever, it's just $375. I'm just let her. Obviously she needed the money. It's not a big deal. So now, the old Shanice probably I would have probably looked it up, Google. You know what I'm saying? Put in Google, put her in her address. I would have knocked on her door, but I'm more mature now. So for me now, if I would have seen her, I would have just looked at her and been like, you wrong. Mm-hmm. And you know what you did.
The old Shanice would have looked her up and went to her address right away.
Exactly.
The new Shanice, if the girl was in front of her, the new Shanice is not going to look her up and go find her.
Dang, seriously, I would not have done anything to this lady.
Okay.
And she old too. That's the funny part. She's old. Well, she's not that old, but she old enough. But listen, I would not have done that. I got too much stuff going for myself to be worrying about.
All I'm saying is that in my life,
or fighting somebody
for as much as people think that I got an attitude problem, I have never snapped on a random person, on a stranger.
Have I ever snapped on a random stranger?
Yes.
Who?
You ain't beat up that girl out the South for hitting your mom's car or whatever she did or whatever she said to you?
That was years ago. I was still in kind of high school then.
I'm saying I've never done that. I've never, not once.
But that was a long time ago. And that, okay, hear me out on this. First of all, I am not a fighter. I don't like fighting people. I don't. Listen, this is not fair because he's making me seem like this type of person and I'm not. So here's the thing.
Like the type of person.
I'm very tiny. I am very tiny. And where we come from, people, they definitely try you a lot. Okay. This girl hit my mom's car at the gas station and I confronted her about it because I was, trying to do the right thing, get her insurance or whatever. But this girl charges out of the car like she was about to do something. I'm not going to let you hit me first. And that's how that happened. Okay.
All that's fine.
I feel like I am like putting all my business out there right now. Like this is so embarrassing for me.
All of that's fine. Everybody would have did that. Everybody would have defended themselves. What did you do afterwards?
I left because I didn't want the cops to come after me.
And what did you say to your mom?
I don't remember what I said.
she left the scene, okay, and told her mom, "Hey, the cops may be coming because I just beat this girl up."
This is embarrassing.
That's all I'm saying. I've never done anything like that in my life, and all I'm saying is that right now, she has more of a count to 10. But if the person is still going after the count to 10, she's taking it there. Who's more likely to take it there?
I'm not. Listen, I have come a long way. Literally, I just had an incident. And I'm not going to really say the incident because it's too fresh. But I had an incident at home with my family. And I did really good. I mean, I was so calm. And I was hungry. And I don't have patience when I'm hungry. I was so good.
You can't use that example, though.
Because it wasn't about me.
Right.
Well, no. Because, I'm very, okay. See, here's the thing. But when you charge at my family and people that I love, the oceanies, it don't have to be about me. Because if it's about...
Okay, let me clarify. I'm not saying that...
I'm so upset that we even talking about this because I feel like people going to judge me.
I'm not saying that the new Shanice would do something to somebody. I'm just saying that who's more likely?
I'm not. I feel like I'm
talking
not.
about out of us two, who is more likely to do something to somebody?
Oh, me. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
I admit it. That's fine. Jeez. I do like everything to be butterflies and flowers.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's just that people, they really... I honestly think that people... Okay, I think I'm very confusing, to be honest.
Ooh.
Because I think people think that I'm just so happy and all these things, and I am. But I think people don't know how to read me, or people don't know me, or they think they have a something in their head about how I am.
When you're nice, people try to take advantage of you, which is why
that too. But then people also don't know where I came from, so I just think that they think that I'm just a suburban, that I grew up in the suburbs and things like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but no,
you get that a lot when you become successful and you're educated.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that you can pronounce your words and your syllables. Or you're not
And then that's not just white people, that's black people too. Black people who are still stuck, well, I won't say stuck. Black people who, maybe haven't had as much education or haven't had as much experiences, look at other black people who are educated and think you had it good.
Yes, you had it good. Yeah. And I think that people think that. Which I mean, I didn't have it bad, but I'm also
we thought that about you when we was younger.
Oh yeah, but he found out.
Yeah, I mean, typically.
I mean, it's not a bad thing though.
Yeah, it's not, but it's still frustrating because I remember when this lady, when I first moved down here, she was she just assumed that I just didn't experience any stuff in life because of how well I carried myself.
Yeah, and it's just it's really pure ignorance.
Yeah, I mean it's a compliment to a certain extent because it's a compliment to how hard you worked and where you put yourself in life. But then it's also part of you that's be like, well,
it's really
you don't know me like that.
Yeah,
so I get it. I'm not trying to paint that picture of you, but
no, but I think that's one of the reasons why people try to take advantage of me of a lot because they're like, oh, she don't know nothing. She's not from the streets. Mm-hmm. Little do you know.
Yeah. So
anyway,
man,
can we talk about this Derrick Jaxn guy?
It's a great day for all the men who just had a bad feeling about Derrick Jaxn. Because there's a lot of men out there who is just like, we told you so. Because he I
didn't even know who this guy was.
like I will see his videos come up here and there, and you know what I'm saying, from the videos that came across my feed and from what I saw, he will always just talk down about black men, right? Mm-hmm. And just talk about like, you know, just a lot of things from like childhood traumas to insecurities to like just a lot of things demeaning black men, and didn't provide any solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to talk about what somebody's doing wrong, but it's another thing to then not provide any solution. You feel what I'm saying? So that was my initial problem. But then there was also just a part of just like this instincts of like, this is a corny dude who...
Yeah, we gonna get there. I got a lot to say.
You know what I'm saying? This is just a corny dude who seems like he would say anything to make a woman like him. Like, seems like he would dirty Mac. And the dirty Macking is like dudes that are like, know that a girl is interested in the guy, but then talk bad about the guy to make her not interested in him anymore. Like, he just seems like one of those type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. I don't know, but he just seems like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of guys just had these instincts about him that we just didn't like. And a lot of women in the comments would just be like, oh, you're probably just like the guy he's describing. That's why you don't like him. Or, you know what I'm saying? You're...
Oh, God.
Like, you don't know how to treat women, obviously, because, you know what I mean? It's because we wasn't agreeing with him.
Yeah. You
feel what I'm saying? So... Yeah, this is a great day for us, man. I can't lie. I can't lie. So, like, if you don't know, Derrick Jaxn, the relationship expert, the relationship guru.
What makes somebody an expert in something? That's the real question.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying he was putting his chip in other dips. You know what I'm saying? He was married and putting his chips in other dips. Where do you start with this?
Well, first and foremost, I didn't even know who Derrick Jaxn was, and I was just like, I don't even know. I think Aliza reached out to me about it, saying like, "Oh, you should talk about this," and then somebody reached out to you about it. Mm. So I was just like, "Who is this dude?" Like, so I decided to research it, and I watched like, well, I couldn't even watch full videos because he's annoying to me, but. Within the first like 5 seconds, I was just like, people actually thought that he was a relationship expert. Like, if I look at him, I see that he's very insecure. I feel like growing up that he suffered from like acceptance and wanted to be accepted. And you know how like in high school there's always like that one guy that just hits on all the girls and everybody considers him a pervert, or always puts him in like the friend zone. That's him to me. Mm-hmm. That's the vibes that he gives me. So I really don't understand why people liked him so much or liked his advice, because if you actually listen to what he was saying, he's not even saying anything. He is actually saying the things that he wants you to hear or make you like, basically like he's using his words wisely. Like, I don't understand why people thought that was advice, because it wasn't at all.
I just think it's one of those things, like just kind of like how like the social media comedians come up, like they start making videos, see that people are reacting to it,
and they keep making videos.
They just keep making those videos,
and it's not authentic. Like, mm-hmm. And I'm really confused why women thought that those videos were authentic. And then first of all, if you actually think about it deeply, in the videos that he created, it was like you said, it was bashing other men or black men, etc. Right?
He never did videos on couples of white relationships or anything like that. So.
But this is where it gets tricky for me, because if he is giving advice to women and telling women this is what you need to do, you can't give advice on telling a woman what to do when you're not a female. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm just really confused on, why y'all thought this dude was like, how is he an expert again? Because I'm very confused by it.
And how is anybody an expert on a relationship? Like even we come on here and say like we give you our experience, but then we tell you like to each his own. You feel what I'm saying? Because every relationship is different. So what one couple tolerates, one couple may not. You feel what I'm saying? And then there's like nowadays, especially like there's all these like different things as far as like gender and sexual preferences and things like that. So the roles in relationships are different. Expectations in relationships are different. So
they are.
Nobody's an expert. Like we can like even us, we can give you our experience, but like, you know what I'm saying? We just giving you examples of what we've been through. And take what applies and what doesn't, let it fly.
But not only that though, like he I mean, like, I just don't understand why people actually really like this dude. Like, he's a narcissist. Like, straight out, flat out narcissist. Like, you guys don't see that? Like, you don't see this? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is it exactly that... I don't even know. I don't get it.
Because he was saying things that a lot of women...
wanted to hear.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, women wanting to hear that, they kind of latched onto it. That's why I'm gonna keep saying it. It's a great day for guys because cause this is the type of things that like any real dude was looking at this and saying like, yo, this simp dude, like it wasn't, again, like my personal thing was just that like there's no solution offered. If you're gonna tell somebody they're doing something bad, then you need to offer a solution for them to work through it or to get better at it. Mm-hmm. And if there's no solution, then what you're doing is just setting somebody up to fail. Because you telling women what to accept and what not to accept, but you're not giving men the advice on to like how to improve themselves if they wanted to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. But then not only that, like, like just kind of like looking at like the history of everything, and he had his wife come on and explain like, you know, her reasoning behind whatever or whatever. She decided to come on. Who knows? I don't really know. I'm not in their household. I don't really care.
Could you imagine me sitting here gripping Shanice's hand with the grip of death and explaining to y'all why I cheated and how I cheated, and her just sitting there with her bonnet on, just listening?
It wasn't a bonnet. It was a crochet hat.
Excuse me from
I mean, I had to look out for sis. It's like, I'm kidding.
Regardless, are you getting on camera like that for any reason?
No, I'm not getting on camera with you. Like, you have to explain to the world what you did. Like, that's not my job, and I'm not going to sit here and sit here like.
I don't know. I don't know any black woman that's going to sit there and just listen to some guy that cheated on them.
That's your battle that you need to deal with.
Yeah, like.
Well, not only that though, but like, I mean, well, now that she already came out and talked about all the issues, like now she's putting herself in it, which, I mean, as your husband at the end of the day, whatever. But what confuses me is the message that she was trying to give. And, it was very like, you know, Jesus did this and he died on the cross for this. And that, for me, got very confusing because I'm like, you're not accepting. Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, by all means, like, you know, like I'm very like, you know, into church and stuff like that. But like that was very confusing to me. Mm-hmm. Because you're suppressing something.
Yeah.
And it was very confusing. She was talking in circles to the point where I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and that's kind of been my thing about super religious people is that whenever a problem arises, they go to let God handle it. Which in certain circumstances,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but like when you're talking about something you have control over, you know what I'm saying, or something somebody else has control over,
you're not really dealing with it. You're suppressing
like
it.
You're just dismissing it in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, prayer helps. Being close to God helps, but you can't use that in a sense where it's like, no, I'm not going to worry about it because God got it. You can say that when you're talking about somebody got cancer or somebody is on life support, something like that. Like, yeah, like things are out of your control, but like when it comes to addressing this idea of, you know, I mean, accepting your value, accepting your worth as a woman. You know what I mean? Like what she's doing is dismissing all of that. But
I don't even know. Like, I feel like the whole world seems like she's not okay.
Oh, no.
But she's not. Like, no matter, even if she is like in her mind and she's like making herself feel like she's okay, she's not okay. Like,
yeah, no, I always say you can see it in the eyes.
Yeah, you can. You can. And especially with someone that's very sensitive to like people, like spirits and they're all that, you know, like she is not okay. Mm-hmm. No matter if she wants to convince us otherwise, she's not.
And like her energy was just more of like, she came on like with this, I mean, she came on with the military gear and like she was like fighting against something. Like, what are you fighting against?
Yeah.
Like what is your fight against? Your fight is against the comments? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're fighting against what people are saying about you? Okay, but that's not the fight you should be having right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight should be.
Well, if you listen closely, like even to, because she came on like multiple times, but she wasn't really, by all means, she doesn't owe us anything. She doesn't owe us an explanation, because really at the end of the day, it's not our business. That's their marriage. That's their problem. She doesn't owe the world anything. Okay. But the fact that she decided to come out and talk about it, which really she was trying to talk about it, but she wasn't. If you listen closely, she's circling it back, and then she's turning it against you and making why you need to make these decisions on certain things, but she's not accepting where she's at.
Yeah.
That's the part that was confusing for me.
Yeah, I mean.
But, whatever.
And then the other part of me was just thinking, like, because it's either like she really believes the crap that's coming out of her mouth, or
she's hurting.
Yeah, I guess that's another way to look at it. She's hurting, or like this is all staged, and they know they got attention.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, when she was reading off of something like cue cards or whatever.
I don't know.
Teleprompter.
I don't know, but then that's another example why people just like try to stay away from religion, because you got people like her that come out and she was using all the buzzwords for religion, like the blood of Jesus, just any buzzword that will get that people think will get the attention of, churchgoers and religious people. So
it's just more like, because if you hear that, you automatically, naturally, you want to just say amen. You know what I mean? But you actually have to listen to what people are saying, though. Like, you really have to, because you have to make it make sense. Mm-hmm. Like, and then sometimes when people throw that at you, and then they throw their religion at you and things of that sort, sometimes it's not who you think. It's not God. It's not God speaking to you.
It's a defense.
And that's real talk. Like, for real. Like, now I'm getting serious. You probably
start talking about the blood of Jesus.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, y'all want me to start preaching.
Yeah, like it's just they need help.
Yeah, they do. And all we can do, honestly, is just pray for them. But honestly, this is what's going to happen. And I'm claiming this right now. This is what's going to happen. I'm telling y'all. Okay, so he's going to dig himself in a deeper hole. And he's going to end up telling on himself more and more and more, because he doesn't seem like a smart, well, anybody that cheats is not smart, but he just doesn't seem like a smart one when it comes to doing that, to being malicious. Because he just doesn't. And he's an attention seeker. So people that are attention seekers, they he's just going to continue to downward spiral. So there's going to be more things that's going to come to light. There's going to be more women that's going to come to light. And that's just the reality of it, because he's too full of himself otherwise. You know what I mean? So, I'm not that I'm looking forward to seeing it, because honestly, I really don't care. Like, after this podcast, like, I'm done talking about it. But
it's definitely something that we don't definitely want to make fun of, but it's funny. Yeah. It's definitely funny. And like stuff came out, like stuff, like apparently he got some woman pregnant and all that, and like been in contact with her. So there's
more than one. So he was sleeping with another. Oh, that's the doctor that he got pregnant. Yeah. So I listened to her interview. I don't know about that. So, I know I got all the tea. So basically, he was dating a doctor, and she didn't know. She don't have social media. She's a doctor. She's out here. She's only 32 too. Go on here, sis. She's 32, and that
explains why she got that nice house that he been taking videos in front of.
Well, look, but get this: the video that he was talking to himself in third person, he was in front of her house. And she was just really confused, because she didn't know anything about what was going on. So he basically told her that this was like something that, like, his wife and, like, for like, they have to do this for, not for publicity, but have to explain it because of who they are. And she was like, oh, okay, like, not a big deal. But then, like, the more she started researching and was, like, looking up this stuff, she was like, oh, wow, like, he's really out here lying. So she actually reached out to Tasha, to winding down with Tasha, or whatever, and gave an interview, and was basically like sharing all the information and showing receipts, text messages, and everything. And she was like wow, like, so she's all just like, But anyway, this is why if somebody tells you that they're getting a divorce, don't date them. Just don't do it.
I mean, especially if you feel like you were going to start a serious relationship with them, like.
No, just don't do it. Serious or not, just don't do it. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I just want to leave it open to the people who like are actually separated and haven't been in contact with their significant other for years.
Okay, well, if it's years, then you should be divorced by paper. And if you're not divorced by paper, then why?
It ain't that simple. Some people avoid divorce because for whatever reasons. You know what I mean?
Well, then you don't need to date. You need to get back together and go to counseling. Boom, there you go.
It ain't that simple. I'm just leaving it out there because I understand it ain't that simple for some people. Yes, there are people like Mr. Jackson who's... does he really spell his name with an X? Or is that just like a social media thing? I don't know. But like,
corny.
But I understand that there are people out there that like lie about being really separated. But there are people that's really separated. Like they're not living together. They don't speak. They ain't lived together in 2 years and they're not getting divorced for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's one person avoiding to sign the papers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those situations are out there.
Yeah, they definitely are.
But all in all, man, like, yo, just like I can understand why people go to certain people for advice in their relationships because like certain things like you just want to get perspective on. Like, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still have to make your own decisions. And don't take other people's perspective and throw it into yours. Like take it like advice is never, in my opinion, advice is never meant to be literal. Like you're not supposed to take people's advice word for word. You're supposed to take what applies to you or use their words to motivate you to make certain decisions, but never, if someone tells you to jump off a bridge, don't jump off the bridge. Like maybe go look at the bridge first and
test it out.
You know what I'm saying? See what's under the bridge first. You know what I mean? Like just don't just follow what people say. You know what I mean? 'Cause this is a perfect example of someone who basically was putting up a smoking screen, presenting themselves as this perfect person who should be giving advice because you would assume that someone giving advice is living their advice. You know, so
the fact that, okay, can we talk about the fact that he's giving all this advice and doing stuff on the side and who you are, you really think it's not going to come out? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Flat out just dumb. It's funny.
and then what else I wanted to say, like, because Shanice talked about her theory. My theory is that, like, they're going to blow up off of this. I see them on, like, marriage boot camp in, like, a year.
Oh, God. See, and that's what I just can't. I just can't. Like, this whole social media and these fake people, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why everybody wants to be certain things because of what they see. Like, it's really not all what it's cracked up to be. It's not.
But then at the same time, here we are talking about it.
Well, we're talking about it because we don't want it to be you. Okay? So that's why we're going to talk about it.
And if it is you, we're going to talk about you too. How about it?
If it's you, we're going to talk about you.
But like I see them being on marriage boot camp or some show where they talking about their relationship. Like I see this as like, that's kind of where I was getting at, where I feel like some of this was kind of staged because like there's a percentage of people out there that believe like there's no such thing.
I'm so disgusted. I'm even looking at you like, really? Like, I'm so disgusted with that.
There's a percentage of people out there that believe that there's no such thing as bad publicity.
And that's sad.
So I could see them taking this as like taking opportunities to like be on TV shows and act like they're working through their marriage. People gonna watch.
I'm so over fake TV and people.
Are you now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because you want to talk about it?
Didn't you buy a subscription to Zeus? The Zeus network?
Oh, yeah. I told you I need to cancel it. That stuff. Zeus is trash. That is so trash. I'm so mad that I even got that. I got to take that off spending $4.99 a month. No, it's $3.99. If it was more than that, I wouldn't have got it.
So you're not, I mean, I guess you're done now, but you definitely was all into the, what was it, the Black China show or whatever else you was watching on there.
I wasn't into that either. You just happened to come downstairs when I was trying to see what it was about.
We watched episodes together. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's a blur. I don't know. It's this world, man. I just can't.
Yeah, man. But just, don't research people before you start following them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just follow people, please, or don't just follow their advice. At the very least,
I just don't understand how people can just be so fake. It's mind blowing to me.
I mean, it's become so common to me now that it's just like, whatever.
I just could never do that. Like, I just can't do that.
Yeah, but people, like, nowadays there's no consequence to it. Like, I think, like, when we were growing up, and even before we were growing up, like, there was consequences to not being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's cases like there's like Milli Vanilli, and like you probably look up a bunch of different cases where people were like faking. But now it's like rewarded. It's like rewarded when you're presenting something that people like, even though it's not truly who you are.
Yes, you know, and I think that's for me. Like, that's why I have a hard time sometimes coming with content with my YouTube channel, because like I can't be fake. I have to be myself, 100% myself, because if I'm not, then it's just like, what am I doing it for? Who am I doing it for? Am I doing it for you, or am I doing it for me? I want to be doing it for me, not for you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had somebody to comment. This is like definitely off topic, but I had somebody comment, and she was basically saying like, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have a YouTube channel. No, boo. I don't need you. I'm gonna make videos regardless. So I feel like that's sad that people do all these things for views and attention, and it's not that deep.
Yeah, I mean, attention is a drug.
It is, and more people are becoming addicted to it day by day, especially the world that we live in. Can you imagine, like, the next generation, like, the pressure, like, it's even, like, so, like, not social media, like, suicide even went up, like, drastically, not just, like, prior to COVID. I'm sorry, I hit the mic. But prior to COVID.
I don't have the statistics on that, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it has. It's crazy.
Social, I know cyberbullying and things like that have. I know for a fact there's more people reporting that they are suicidal.
Yeah, because they feel like they have to live up to a certain standard. Like, there's so much pressure. Social media has created so much pressure on things. It's crazy.
And it's an ongoing thing. Like, I remember I was talking about like back when we was in high school, like if you got into a fight, like you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? You might hear people talking about it, you know what I'm saying? But like if you lost the fight, it'll
last like maybe not even a week.
Yeah, you could argue to some people like, yeah, but I hit him in his chin, and you know what I'm saying? You can kind of finagle your way in it. But now, like if you get into a fight, it's all over social media. Not only are the people in your high school and your town talking about it, now you got people
the world can see it
across the country talking about it, and it's like a constant embarrassment. You know what I mean? Whereas like when we were younger, if you got beat up, it'd last a couple weeks, but only a limited number of people got proof that it actually happened, and like everybody else would just have to speculate. You know what I'm saying? So it is definitely a lot different, but still be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's anybody. Well, I'm not gonna say anybody. The best people I would say that are successful got successful by being themselves. At least the people I respect and the people that I follow and respect, they're themselves. That's why I like them. Back to the Kirk Franklin thing. Like I say it's the best thing I've seen, and I truly mean that, because
it just showed that he was human.
Yeah, like that would make me want to follow him more. Like he would be able to get me to be more involved. Like if he was a pastor or whatever, to me be more involved in what he was preaching, because I know he's human. You know what I'm saying? I know that he's not just trying to sell me something that he's not living. So, just be yourself.
And it just shows that he struggles with things himself.
We all do. We all do. And that's why I think it's important for us always to paint the picture that like we're not perfect. No relationship is perfect.
No. Ain't no hashtag goals over here.
Yeah, no. Your goal should be what
you want.
What you want, yeah.
Got anything else you want to say to the podkizzle?
Nah, man. We just thank y'all.
I'm hungry. You hear my stomach over here,
We
guys?
try to get the people what they want. But thank everybody for still tuning in.
Rocking with us.
Yeah, man. Like, we get views every day. So, we definitely appreciate that. And, we'll see y'all next week. Stay true.
Yes.
Don't fold under this pressure that this
society wants you to be.
This society and the social media is presenting.
Be authentically yourself.
Yeah. And keep rocking with us. Subscribe, like, comment, share.
Follow.
Tell us what you like, what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Not that we really care what you don't like, but
This is true.
still do it.
Yes.
And
But we out.
Peace.
Bye, guys.